All the stuff I do here, but a lot more intensity on the farming work. A lot more intensity, that makes no sense either. A lot more intense on the farm work, put it that way.
Hello, Liza, how do you do? I'm writing you a letter, I hope it reaches you. I know it's been a long time since you heard from me. I'm still kicking around here in Tennessee. I heard you got a new place.
So welcome back to the sawmill, friends. Let's head down to the co-op and get some fertilizer. You guys hang in there. Alright guys, we're back on the road. I actually bought more fertilizer than I thought I was. I was going to get half a ton, but it's a lot cheaper if you buy a full ton. It's actually a whole lot cheaper. So I went ahead and bought a ton, and I didn't feel comfortable hauling a ton in this truck bed. This is a 2500 Duramax, and according to my owner's manual, because I checked it real fast while I was down here at the co-op the first time, it says about 1800 pounds is all the weight you want to haul in the bed. So probably would have been okay, but then again, I don't want to mess anything up. This truck is still under warranty, so I definitely don't want to, you know, do anything to mess up that. So that's why we're making another trip down here to get the other 20 bags, which is another 1,000 pounds. Now, the fertilizer I'm getting here for the hay fields is triple 19. That's a good all-around fertilizer. And if you're curious what I'm paying, it's around $700 a ton. And for you guys out there that are buying a fertilizer this year, if you don't care, let us know down in the comments what you guys are paying. I'll be curious to know. This is the first year I've ever bought that much fertilizer. I usually buy a few bags for the garden, but this year I'm working on my hay fields. I'm trying to get them up to par, and I've got a lot of big plans for the hay fields. So anyways, let us know down in the comments what you guys are paying. Around $700 for me for a ton of triple 19. So I'm gonna cut this camera off and focus on the road, and I'll see you guys back here at the co-op here in just a minute. Alright friends, it is the next day. So yesterday, when I got done hauling that fertilizer, I went down to Knoxville because I got a phone call about a hay tedder. I have a 2-basket hay tedder here at the farm, and I need a 4-basket one in a bad way this year. So I went down to Knoxville because it was a good deal, and it was too good to be true, and guess what? It was too good to be true. It was junk, and it ate up the rest of my day. So we're back at it this morning, and I got somebody down here at the sawmill building waiting on me because I just sold something, so I gotta go down here and meet him and load him up. And he's also gonna look at my fences for me because he's a cattle guy and give me his opinion on where I should put them. So you guys hang in there. We got a lot going on today, and I hope I can get that kiln cut on today. And if one of you guys will remind me before today's over with, I need to take that plastic off the chicken run. Don't let me forget. I got Mr. Cotto parked up here in the new shop, got it warming up, and it should be ready. We'll drive it down here and get Chuck loaded up with this attachment. I also got the four-wheeler out last night, started doing some weed spraying, and I made a big mistake on my sprayer last fall. I'll share that with you guys later. It may help somebody to avoid what happened to me. right, guys, we're up here where the cows are going to be. I got Chuck with me from Sheridan Park Farms. If you're not new, that makes no sense. If you never heard of his channel, there's a link down below. Where you at, Chuck?
I'm over here.
There we go. He does sawmill and farm work. A lot of stuff I do here, but a lot more intensity on the farming work. A lot more intensity. That makes no sense either. A lot more intense on the farm work, put it that way. But anyways, he's up here with me in this cow lot because he's got a lot more experience with cows than I do, and he's taking a look at my future fence line. And he's letting me know what he would do if this was his place, and he's helping me out a whole lot. So if you guys don't care, go check out his channel. There's a link down below in the video description and also in the top comment. So we're up here, and my question was about 3 videos back, should I put the fence where I'm standing or on the other side of the stream right there? And Chuck advised, with his infinite wisdom with cows, which is a lot more than I have, to put it up here on the dry side. So therefore, that's what we're gonna do. All right, guys, we're back. We're in the truck, and Chuck just left. I'm not sure why I told you guys I was in the truck. It's pretty obvious I'm in a truck. I'll tell you what, us YouTubers try to describe stuff sometimes, and we probably shouldn't. So anyways, Chuck just left. And a big shout out to him. He spent about a half hour with me over in the pasture field and gave me a lot of ideas about cows and also some ideas about some watering systems I can install here that's going to be really helpful. So if you guys don't care, head over to his channel when you have time and subscribe to it and check out his videos. He's also got a Wood-Mizer LT40. I'm not sure if I mentioned that earlier. So anyways, he just left out, and I actually bought some meat off of him. He brought some chicken and some beef over as well. So that was pretty good right there. Did some good trading on some of that stuff. So I'm pulling down here to the sawmill building. I'm going to load up my fuel tank because we are totally out of diesel here at the sawmill. Completely out. So we're going to load that up, head over to Virginia, go get 100 gallons. The reason I buy it in Virginia is because it's a lot cheaper than Tennessee, and I can be in Virginia in about 5 minutes. And while I'm over there, this is a good excuse to do this today, I'm going to go to my favorite barbecue place, Cane Street, over on Cane Street in downtown Gate City. So you guys hang in there. We're going to get some diesel, and I'll take you guys with me. Y'all can see what I'm having for lunch today. And man, it's good. It's hard to beat. You guys hang in there. All right, friends, we're back down here at the sawmill, and I'm hoping to turn on that kiln today and start drying some poplar. And I probably have 1 or 2 pallets worth of poplar down here. It needs to be stacked up. I saw these a few days ago. See, those are done. I need to send these right here through the edger. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. Then right here on the table, I got a bunch back here on the other table. Man, I'm behind. Don't do what I do. At the end of the day at your sawmill, stack up your lumber. Don't leave it for the next day because you will always regret it. My goodness. So I guess we're going to run up to the new shop and build a couple of pallets, come down here, stack up this poplar, send those through the edger, load this in the kiln, and hopefully get it turned on before the end of the day. That's my hopes at least. And maybe do something after that if the sun doesn't go down on us. Yep, that's what we're going to do. You know what I'm going to say right here. You guys hang in there. Well, this wind ain't helping things. My goodness, it's windy today. That's why they call it March wind, I guess. If you're new to this channel, this is a L200 Pro kiln and chamber. It's both made by Nile. There we go. And in the kiln, I got about 1,000 board feet of poplar. These are all 1x9s, 8 foot long. And I actually counted them. Watch it, guys. This baffle's going to hit you. I actually counted them to give you guys an accurate number. It's 1,020 board feet exactly. Pretty good size load, but this kiln will actually do, I think, 2,500 board feet of green poplar or pine at a time. If it's been air dried, you can do 4,000 feet. And the reason there's a discrepancy there, it's because the compressor can only pull out so much moisture out of the air. So if you have 4,000 board feet of green pine or poplar, the compressor can't keep up with that much moisture because pine and poplar release moisture so fast. It will mold your lumber really fast. And I've done it before, and it makes for a terrible load once it's done. Some people kind of like it for some reason, but I can't stand it. And there's the hatefulest cat on YouTube. I called this thing YouTube. My goodness, YouTube. Good Lord. The hatefulest cat on YouTube is with us down here today. Mama, don't get in here. She's got a bad habit of getting in tight places like this. You guys keep a watch on her. Make sure she don't get trapped. So real fast, this may be old hat for some of you guys. I've got 4 fans up there at the top. They're powered by bow door motors. I baffle the sides right here. That way the hot air is forced through the fans down the top right there on the baffle. That's the metal baffle up there. It comes with the kiln. And the air comes down and goes through the lumber. There goes one of my side baffles again. This is getting really ridiculous. But anyways, that's how the kiln works. Right here on the side, these yellow wires are moisture probes. I don't use these. Actually, I tore one off last time I was in here. My goodness, got to fix that. I don't use this on poplar and pine. I can tell by the wet and dry bulb temperatures whether or not this lumber is dry or not. All right, I forgot where it was. Look over me, guys. Right here, that is an electronic wet bulb. It can tell me the humidity in here and also the temperature. Works really good. I like this system right here, and that's very important. Without this, you have no idea what the conditions are inside of your kiln. And back here on the back wall, actually up high, is an exhaust fan. So if the kiln gets too hot, it will exhaust the hot air out up there. And it will also get rid of some moisture as well. It serves 2 purposes. Back here in the back is the main part of this kiln. There's your exhaust fan. The compressor is in here, and there's also a heater in there as well. This right here does all the conditioning. Not really conditioning, that's not the right word. This right here creates the conditions inside of this kiln. That's a better word right there. Works really good. This is the L200 Pro, but this right here is basically the L200. So if you have an L200M, pretty much the same kiln. Not much difference, just the controller outside is a little bit different. Works really good. For those that are curious, I think this chamber in this kiln cost around $38,000, $40,000, something like that. And Niall was just here yesterday. Jeremy came by. He was on a sales call at the next town over, and we was talking about this kiln, and this chamber has actually been improved. It took me, my dad, Jeremy, Hinko, which is another guy that used to work at Niall. It took us 5 days to construct this kiln. He said the new chamber takes about 2 days. I think maybe even 1 day. 1 to 2 days, something like that. A big improvement over this one right here. He says it goes together a lot easier. But if you're interested in these kilns, that's going to hit me here in a second. Like I said, they're about $38,000, $40,000. You also got to factor in the concrete. That's about $4 to $5 grand because it has to be insulated for it to work best. It has to be pretty thick also to hold up all this weight. The kiln's not heavy, but the lumber is, especially if you're doing 4,000 board feet of green oak. That's pretty heavy right there. I'm going to turn these fans on, then we'll try to stand up these baffles and see if it holds better that way. All right, guys, behold, the hatefulest cat on YouTube right there. Mama cat, the Maine Coon. She's about 9 years old. She's got some kind of stomach problem. She's had it for years. The vet said it was something they really couldn't cure. They offered to give me some medicine for her, but I don't want to put her on medicine her whole life. She's a farm cat, my goodness. But she does throw up about once a day, and she usually does it in the house garage on the hood of my wife's car. She actually done it a couple of hours ago, and Linda just left to go to the car wash to get it off. I tell you, she's a pain. I'm not lying about it. And I didn't cover this as far as the controls go. This right here is a Delmhurst system. Those moisture probes go into this box, and I hook my meter into it, and that tells me the moisture content on the lumber. Like I said, on pine and poplar, don't fool with it. And out here, it's really hard for you guys to see this screen, but that's the control screen. It's touch screen, of course, for the kiln. Works really good. It's got all kinds of cycles on it and all kinds of different options that the regular kilns do not have. That's why they call it the L200 Pro, I guess. Works really good. So that lumber will probably take about 10 to 12 days to dry, and that's including the sterilization process, which I do at the very end. That's when I heat the kiln up to 150 degrees, which heats up the lumber internal temperature to 133 degrees, and that's how you kill all the buds inside the lumber. And how do I remember 133? Because of Larry Bird, number 33, his jersey. That's when basketball was great back in the 90s. I used to love it back in. But anyways, that's sterilization. That's very important. When you think about air drying lumber, you can't sterilize air dried lumber. You can bring it to a kiln and sterilize it, but if you're doing air dried lumber, you'll never sterilize it. So you can air dry lumber outside and even take it into a moisture controlled situation or environment, like a home or a shop or something, and you might get that moisture down to 10 or 8% over time, but you'll never sterilize it, so therefore there's a chance there's buds in it. So if you're buying lumber and it's been air dried, there's still a good chance there might be some buds in that lumber. And if you build a table for somebody, they may call you later on and say there's sawdust on the floor, what's going on? Well, there's probably some powder post beetles in there wearing it out. It happens all the time. I knew a guy who had a wood building, not a wood building, my goodness. He had a furniture business. He built barnwood tables, and he's not in business anymore because he started getting callbacks because of sawdust being on the floor. And I asked him, I said, well, didn't you have it kiln dried? He said, no, it came out of barns, been in there for 50 years. Well, that don't mean nothing. If it's sitting in a barn for 50 years, it dried down to EMC for that area, but it didn't sterilize, and it was full of buds. Happens all the time. Sterilization, extremely important, especially nowadays with all these different buds and stuff we have out here in these trees. All kinds of stuff in these trees they didn't have 100 years ago. A lot different nowadays. So for the first 24 hours on my kiln cycle, I always do 100 degrees, and I let the lumber kind of get used to this environment. Then after 24 hours, I'll go up to 120 and start my aggressive drying cycle, especially on something like this. With white oak and some of your hardwoods, you don't do a lot of aggressive drying, you do it kind of slow. With poplar and pine, you dry as fast as possible to get that moisture out of the kiln. Very important. And that right there, friends, is a crash course on kiln drying. And I don't know everything about kiln dry, but I have a good understanding of it, and I've done it for a long time. And if you have any questions, leave it down in the comments, and if I don't have the answer, Robert Milton down at Hobby Hardwoods, he'll have the answer. Maybe I can get him over here to jump in the comment section to answer you guys if I can't come up with the answer. So now, that was a mouthful, my goodness. Now, let's jump in the Cotto, head back down to the sawmill. And you know what I'm gonna say now? You guys hang in there. All right, guys, I was hoping I'd catch this on video. It looks like we got a trespasser at the sawmill, and he just showed up. Let's go check it out. All right, so he's over here behind the clock house. That's an old 1850 log cabin right there that went with this farm that we bought last year. That's my office, and that's also where Bruno puts his clocks at. And it looks like the trespasser is right beside, there's a little yard barn, and he's right beside it. I can see him behind that brush right there, that little bush rather. I doubt we'll be able to catch him, but at least I'll finally get him on camera. Oh, there he goes. Did you guys see him? He went toward the house. Trespasser at the sawmill. It's not just a clickbait title, guys. We got a trespasser. So friends, the title of this video is A Trespasser at the Sawmill. And as you guys just saw, we got a trespasser. It's a groundhog, but it's still a trespasser, and he's living under my log cabin. Let me show you. So like I said, guys, this is an 1850 log cabin. I'll take you inside before this video is over and I'll show you guys the logs actually. So right here is the hole, check it out. Got one right there. We got another one back here in the back. Now nobody lives here. I use this as my office, and also Bruno has his clock collection down here. And of course we live right up there on the hill. I got a security system, I got cameras. I mean, I got an overload of security cameras down here at this location. But right there's the other hole. He is definitely living under this cabin. Got to get him out. Well, at least it's not on the hour right now, or these clocks would be going off. So in here, let me turn the light on. That's Bruno's Christmas tree we leave on year round. Right here is a small part of his clock collection. Check it out. These are mostly made by Rhythm, if I remember it right. They're made in Japan, most of them. And they're nice clocks, we enjoy them, and he really likes them, I tell you what. He is a big collector of clocks. Got some right there on the floor on these wall stands. And over here, we got some more of them. And these are not cheap clocks, guys. These are expensive. I'd say the average price is probably maybe $500. And some of them are up to $1,000 actually. But we enjoy them. We got several in the house, but most of them are down here. And he just got through buying some more the other day with his Christmas money he got from his grandparents. And they're right here on the table, and I'm yet to even hang these up on the wall. That's my job down here, is put the laser level up and get them on the wall for him. Man, we got a lot. My goodness, look over here. More clocks over here. And in case you're wondering, my insurance policy for this house includes the clocks, because they are very expensive. There's quite a bit of money down here in clocks. There's another one right there. And this one needs repair. I forgot about that one. Might have to send that one off. All right, so in here in the living room, we have more clocks. Right there, more of his collection. Welcome to Bruno's Clock Museum right there. You got some more right there. These walls are pretty empty, but sooner or later he'll fill them up. And this will probably be the house he lives in when he gets older, if he wants it. I'll give him this one if he wants to live here, but he may want to live somewhere else, who knows. And we've got some pretty neat ones up here as well. All right, so this is the office that I work out of, and it's a mess. I need to do better. But this closet right here is pretty neat, because you can see the logs that built this house right there through the plexiglass. When they remodeled this place, they put drywall everywhere. But the owners made sure they put plexiglass in this closet so you could still see the original logs right there. And man, those are some probably 18-inch oak right there. That's red oak right there. It's about 18 inches wide. I'll tell you what, guys, this video turned into an episode of Cribs. You guys remember that show back in the day, Cribs? I never watched it, but I knew about it. Man, oh man, walking back up here to the mill, I'll tell you what, I got some big red oak right here to saw up, guys. Check those out. Red oak is on the menu next here at the sawmill. A lot of red oak to saw. So that red oak we're going to saw into flooring blanks, and after I run it through the kiln, we'll run it through the molder and make hardwood flooring out of it to put in the wood shop. I hate that concrete in the wood shop. I get tired of standing on it, so we're going to put hardwood in the entire timber frame. I think it'll look pretty good. And I've actually already started on that red oak. I got about 6 layers right there. 4/4 right there. It's pretty low grade. I mean, some of this is quarter sawn, it's rift sawn. There's some knots in there, but it's character wood. It'll make for some real nice flooring in the timber frame. my goodness. I can't wait to make this into flooring. That sounds a whole lot better, don't it? All right, guys, I guess I'm done for the day. I gotta head up to the house, get cleaned up for dinner, put the chickens up. I gotta spray some weeds around the swimming pool, and I had something else to do. Oh yeah, edit this video. That'll take about 3 hours right there. Man, it takes a long time to edit these videos. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow, because I got a lot going on tomorrow. I may put that fertilizer on the hay fields tomorrow. May do that tomorrow. Got to go buy a spreader for that though. That's about $600. Spent a lot of money this week. Between fertilizer, diesel fuel today, and a few other things I did off camera, $1,400 in the past 2 days. But that's sawmilling and farming. It ain't cheap. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one.